Hey, it's your girl Ashley. I be ballin'. Swish. This Family Baller segment will be about Gary Payton and Gary Payton II. And we're gonna look at all the highlights of all the teams they've been on. And we're gonna look at Oregon State Beavers. They both played at the same college. The glove, the mitten. Let's begin. Let's get smitten.
It's a game, obviously. He's here watching you all the time.
Yeah, he's always here. I hope he grew up to be what he want to be, but I ain't going to force him to be a ball player or nothing. But he's okay. He's around basketball. He's throwing the ball and doing everything else, too, so I hope so.
Very proud, man. You see this on his face, man. Daddy won one, he won one, now it's true. Yeah, supposed to be.
He loves the game, obviously. He's here.
That was a good start. Let's talk about how Gary Payton is an underrated point guard in this league, especially defensively.
The Seattle Supersonics was the peak of his career. However, his defensive abilities were also crucial in the championship game between Seattle and Michael Jordan's Bulls. Why was Gary Payton called the Glove? Payton was an unstoppable force on the court, and his defensive prowess earned him the nickname the Glove. He is widely regarded as one of the best point guards of all time, and was the only point guard to win NBA Defensive Player of the Year award before Marcus Smart last year. In addition, he shared the NBA record for most appearances on the All-Defensive First Team with 9, with Michael Jordan, Kevin Garnett, and Kobe Bryant. After the 1993 Western Conference Finals Series, Payton's cousin called him and said, quote, "You're holding Kevin Johnson like a baseball in a glove." Payton's nickname, the Glove, was born there. His time with the Seattle Supersonics was the peak of his career. However, his defensive abilities were also crucial in the championship game between Seattle and Michael Jordan's Bulls. Why was Gary Payton called the Glove?
The glove, the mitten. Oh, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I think it's dope that they both went to the same college. And I think it's dope that they both are NBA championships. And also, I think it's dope that they both are great defensively. Let's look at this video about their Oregon State days. Oh, also, I met Gary Payton II. I met him and I got his autograph. I met him when he was with the Bucks. I always the Bucks where they kept him.
Yeah, this me. This is the house I built. Now you up in there, you trying to get in,
I rearranged some records in the book.
Rearrange some records.
Definitely my choice coming to OSU. It was definitely a challenge.
Gary Payton II flying inside with a left-hand hammer.
You want your own legacy. Don't try to be like me or better than me. Be you. Be yourself. And he's done that in 2 years.
Right back to GP2, attacks the basket, lays it up and in with the left hand. And now he's going to take it away from Jacobs and kick it back to Tinkle.
I attacked it aggressively, like my father always told me to do in the game. It turned out for the best. Don't be surprised when you see that 2 behind that name.
What do you think about it though? It say Gary Payton, right? What's your name?
Gary Payton.
It don't change. It don't change, man. That's what I'm talking about. It ain't gonna change.
Me and him have different personalities. I don't try to think about how he was when he was here. I'm just gonna be my own person.
GP2 steps into a three and head.
Wait, listen. Let's play for something. We're gonna shoot. We're gonna play Payton.
Yep.
Payton. Oh, you trying to shoot the mid-range?
I'm
You
just
trying to
gonna
get
get
in
on
the
my sweet
rhythm?
spot, man.
You trying to get in the rhythm?
Dude.
I like it when you get it up.
Yep, see,
That's
that.
P. That's P. That's P.
What's it like playing in front of my father?
Stun in him and get back.
It's interesting.
No!
I do know what I'm going to get, but some games you don't know what he's going to get.
That's a terrible call.
would be like that too.
Somebody's trying to get position.
I would be like that if I was a parent.
When we was in here, we used to sell this out 14,000. It would be going crazy.
We do now. We do lit
Yeah,
now.
I get lit. Yeah, you lit. You get it. Y'all got it back cranking. I go in there and them fans are doing the same thing and they're rocking for my son the same way they was rocking for me. That's a good feeling. It makes me feel like I'm back there on the floor, and then especially seeing my son, it's like I'm there. Now I'm a banker, G. I'm a banker. I said I'm a banker, G. That's what I do. You can't hit free throws. Look at that. I told you, PA. Oh, everybody.
My father on trash talking, the worst part about it is he can back it up.
One hand. Can you do it with your right?
Yeah, I can do it.
All right. Okay. Come on then. Hurry up. Hurry up. He can't do it. Look. That's
He the best trash talker. The
I
best
definitely
trash
have to.
talker.
I can definitely trash talk. It's just I just do it probably a slicker way.
Oh.
Had that strength, okay? He went from grown man to old man.
With me, I wish he did have more dog in him, but I have accepted my son being that way. It's just not that way.
Look at his belly. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with that? Look. What am I supposed to do with that?
No ducking here.
I can't get nothing.
Looks like they got a really
My
great
freshman and sophomore year
relationship.
in high school, I didn't take basketball seriously. He sat me down that summer and really explained to me that I was gonna have to pay my way to school if I wanted to go to school. And I just made a decision that I wanted to make basketball my full-time job.
But me being tough on you, look what it did. It paid off and it made your mindset a little different. Now you work, you look at your body, your children about to become possible All-American, you're the finalist for the best point guard in the country. You playing, about to get drafted in June, hopefully soon. So shoot, it paid off for you. That ain't gonna work. But step back.
DeMar taught me that one. My dad is one of the greatest to ever play the game. I think I definitely, got out of his shadow. Growing up is huge for his shoes to fill. And I didn't know how to react to it. One of the main reasons why I got out of it is just being myself.
In a zone, a matchup with GP2 pulling up right elbow. 16-foot jumper is perfect.
And I feel really happy for my son because he took a long road to get here. I hope he just keep working and become a good basketball player and stay in India.
Okay, same number and everything.
Here comes Payton. His first bucket coming up.
Proud father and son moment.
He ain't gonna never beat me one-on-one. Never. I never, ever. Not until I get about 70 and I'm in a wheelchair or something like that. He can't finish the deal, though.
Just you right here.
Want to bet that? Hey, bet. What you want to bet?
It's over.
Let's see what he gonna do. Oh,
He won one. It's about time he wins some.
I got the best of him today. And I think he's not gonna play me anymore because he knows now I can compete with him. I got confidence I can win.
the student becomes the teacher.
Proud of you, man. Love you a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? This is how we gonna do it. Next level.
That's a dope. That's a dope video. And I like that, Gary Payton sat his son down and was like, look, you're gonna have to pay your own way to school. So then he stayed in the gym then. He was like, yo. He stayed in that gym. And I find it interesting because you think, oh, you're the son of an NBA great, you're just gonna have it easy. It's like Gary Payton it took a while for him to even, become a champion, become a warrior. He was on team. So, we're gonna look at NBA legends talking about how Gary Payton was back in the day. VHS. I remember those days.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean Davis.
Hello, good day to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine, your weekly dose of old school NBA basketball. My name, of course, is Sean Davis. In today's episode, I want to take a look at what NBA legends have to say about one of the greatest point guards of all time, the glove, Gary Payton. But before we start with that, let me ask you guys for a small favor. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoy the content, and don't forget to click the notifications button so you never miss an episode of the Basketball Time Machine. All right, enough said. Let's get right down into it.
The time machine. This is NBA TV.
He was gonna do it and do it. GP, my man GP.
Probably the best trash talker in the history of the NBA, and there's been a lot. He was the type player that was going to give everything he had physically, and then also let everybody know about it. He was going to talk trash to the guy he was guarding, talk trash to the opposing coach, and just let everyone know in the building Gary Payton is in the house.
Gary Payton, the glove. GP is the glove because on defense he would be on you like a glove.
Remember he was on Like Mike?
I mean, for point guards, he was a nightmare. He had those long arms, he was quick, he was fast, he was tenacious, and he was just mean enough to want to shut you out.
He was there every night, and you know you had a battle. So you kind of had to pencil that Seattle game on the calendar and say, okay, I know I'm in for a war here.
Look at the glove. I was just showing up. Just trying to have some fun. Get back in the game. That's it.
Ooh, nice one. I like that. Tell me what's your favorite Gary Payton father moment and Gary Payton II moment. For show.
Good steal by Ricky. He saves it. Next you know, I get a great pass and make up what he was messing up. He threw the ball too far right here, but hey, look at the glove. Watch how I get it. Bang. Oop, between the leg and got it right there to him. You see what I'm saying? That's what I like. I like it when I do things like that.
It was definitely Gary Payton. Gary Payton was, I remember our point guard early on in my career, he didn't want to bring the ball up against Gary. And that's really kind of how I started bringing the ball up. When playing point forward, Gary would talk to whoever, talk to refs, players, coaches on other teams, fans. He talked nonstop and backed it up. So he was the guy that, I think was the ultimate. And it was a little personal. He got a little personal at times with folks. But I mean, I think, that's basketball. You're trying, like you say, you're trying to get an advantage. You're trying to get over on somebody. If you backed down or you showed that you were scared, then he had you.
And the next segment that we're going to take a look at is with Steve Smith, one of my favorite players of the 1990s. Great shooter, great player, and seems to be a very nice person. He played for the Miami Heat and, of course, for the Atlanta Hawks and Portland Trailblazers. Let's have a look what he has to say.
Smitty, it is hard for guards out in the perimeter to be honored as the best defensive player in the league. Gary Payton did it.
The only point guard to win Defensive Player of the Year. I got a taste of Gary. We got a chance to play against each other. Oregon State, Michigan State. And the first of all, we were chirping.
Of course you were.
at the beginning of the game, so that's where I knew he's one of the best talkers ever in the game of basketball. Then defensively, I got a chance to see this 6'4" guard who could change the game on the defensive end. The one thing I would love to say about Gary that everybody talks about his defense, go look up his offensive numbers. Gary was always around 19, 20, 21 points, could rebound the basketball, an unbelievable passer, one of the best lob passers we've ever seen in the game. And then he played 17 seasons as a point guard. That was some longevity back then.
Definitely some longevity.
My guy, Strickland, on the knees. Look, ooh, and I threw it up. That's just good anticipation. I knew what I was doing.
And Payton going to push it in a hurry.
Bring the Sonics back. Y'all gotta bring the Sonics back.
Sorry about this horn check. Oh man, I don't know what I was doing. I just crossed you over. My bad, buddy. Oh, you was going for it. I tricked you. Gotcha.
That is as terrific a move as you will ever see.
Underneath the Payton.
Nice reversal.
Okay, this is a Phoenix. Oh, give it to me. Oh, Chambers, I'm sorry. I don't know. I just fooled you right here. You thought you was gonna block it, but look what happened. Ooh, gotcha.
Ooh, gotcha.
Off the glass. Two.
Tremendous player.
He's funny, man.
Tremendous competitor. And also one of the great trash talkers of all time.
He said, "What up, Mike? What up, MJ?"
Well, we'll talk smack to anybody. We'll talk about your mother. We'll talk about your father. We'll talk about your kids. He was a great competitor. He's the type that he would talk so much smack that you could never take it personal. It just started being funny.
I mean, he was the type of person
I would have just laughed
before the game what he wanted to do. So, he was going to let you know and sometime right there at the jump ball. So he would tell you, I'm going to beat you down and I'm going to score 20 points on you and have 10 assists. There's nothing that you're going to be able to do about it. And he would go out and get 20 and 10 and do a pretty good job of it.
I just raise up on you. Raise up. Oh, he ain't never seen it like this.
I figured maybe you want to get back at him even more. But ultimately, the real frustration came out how great a player he was, backing it up. That's when trash talking goes to another level. Because if you trash talk, you can't back it up. You're just a clown.
First time we met, we're playing in Seattle, and I catch the basketball, and all I hear is, I can't repeat what he was saying. And I'm holding the basketball, and I'm looking at him, and then I have to turn around and like, is he really talking to me? Because he was talking so much trash. Like,
I had to do it.
I didn't know him though.
Yeah, he didn't even. Isaiah didn't even know who I was.
Really,
no one knew who you were. You were talking.
I stopped for about 5 seconds. The game was going on. I was dribbling the ball, and he was talking. And I picked up.
You see Sal's
Y'all
there.
tell me if you were a basketball player,
with this plug-in,
was you a
you
trash
can make
talker?
sounds that
I
nobody
wasn't
else
a trash talker. I was just, I'm a get my rebounds, get my
Feels more like an
layups.
instrument
I'm
than a sample library.
Team player. I'm gonna pass it to the best player.
Being able to
I'm
actually
set
take your
those
own
screens,
stuff and bring it in and
that's what
instantly
I'm
have it be a vibe, that's pretty sweet.
This is already giving me ideas.
I wasn't a trash
I would
talker.
totally use this every day.
Check out Arcade and try it for yourself.
I just wasn't. That wasn't me. You know. Yeah, man, the popos be out. The popos be out. You know, the popos.
The ball just like look at him.
We kind of joke about that, especially at the Olympics. The glove, he was handsy, but that wasn't really where it came from. The term is just that he would lock people up and hold them down. Consistent, tremendous warrior-like play. Every year, every game, every minute.
Looked like he had a great post game too.
He was tremendous.
Floaters.
And again, I don't just mean
the handles,
dribbling, passing, shooting. It's being prepared to play, knowing your teammates, knowing your opponents, and being prepared mentally to play. And I think you got that every night with Gary Payton.
That's a tough one because you're talking about how to play the point guard and guys that could do a little bit of everything. And Gary Payton and John Stockton represented the 90s. I mean, in this 90s decade in two very, very different ways. And so it depends on what kind of style of ball you'd like to play. And I played with Gary in Seattle, grew up watching him.
Gary Payton.
No.
You never played with Gary?
No. I worked on television with Gary Payton.
Oh, okay. You worked on TV with Gary Payton. Jalen Rose said that. Have you ever played against Gary Payton?
Yeah. I was on the Bulls. I didn't play that much. Well, I did play, but not that much. I played against him. I thought he was the best. I didn't know who he was when he came in the NBA. Let me tell you that, because I don't watch college, especially when I was in the pros. For no reason. I hated watching film, so I really didn't want to watch it. So he came in the NBA and was loud from rookie year on.
Well, Jalen Rose said that he was the most hostile and angry trash talker he had ever encountered.
You know, Gary Payton is not only one of the greatest players of all time, but probably the best point guard.
Right now, we're going to look at, they're talking about Gary Payton, but let's talk about Gary Payton II and his journey. And I feel like this is how you really should be. You really should be like this. Don't give up. He's been on a lot of teams getting cut, getting waived, but
I was watching some highlights between the Dubs and the team.
He didn't give up. So let's watch this report by Hoops Report.
Last night, and there were times during the game that I thought I was watching a dunk contest. Man, did you hear the impact from that last throwdown? Let's play it one more time.
Boom. He's 6'2", y'all.
Unless you've been living under a rock, I'm pretty sure you're well aware that the Warriors...
One of the things students love about culinary school online with Scopier is the toolkit.
I know
our students can receive a starter kit
with the Warriors.
His 15th man has moved front and center and is taking the lead by storm, literally and figuratively elevating his game to new heights. But before this season, no one really knew GP2 that well, and most people only perceived him as the son of an NBA legend and the guy who's been in and out of the G League. So today, guys, I think this is the perfect time to get to know a little bit more about Gary Payton II, because we need to appreciate how he transitioned from a kid who lived behind the large shadow of his father to a player who's now creating a name for himself. Gary Dwayne Payton II was born December 1st, 1992 in Seattle, Washington, while his dad was playing for the Supersonics. Contrary to what a lot of people think, GP2 had a rough time in dealing with his father's stardom, as kids from his elementary school would often tease him whenever he played pickup games with them by saying things like, "Why didn't your dad teach you how to play basketball? You'll never be as good as your dad. The only way you'll make the team is if your dad pays for it." Now, on GP Senior's part, he would always tag little Gary along to every home game and bring him to fold by letting him be the ball boy with the team and have a little fun with his dad's teammates like Deflet Shrimp, Vin Baker, and eventually the young GP2 had a chance to meet big stars like KG and Vince Carter, who Gary Sr. considers as good friends. His participation with the team never ended as a ball boy, as GP2 also moved on to handing out water bottles and towels when players got back to the bench. And he also dressed up as a mini Squatch to work as a sidekick to the Supersonics mascot to bring some fun and smiles to the crowd during odd moments of the game. But despite being deeply involved in basketball at such an early age, GP2's love for the game began to turn sour, and he actually drifted away rather than developing a stronger bond with it. GP2 transferred from one school to another when he was in high school, from Milwaukee, Boston, Los Angeles, to Las Vegas. Despite the change in scenery and the faces that he encountered, the one thing that followed him and remained constant was the bullying that he received. As a result, GP2's frustration manifested on the court, and there were times that he didn't want to suit up and play because other kids would just keep on comparing him to his dad. Sensing GP2 was getting discouraged, his mom, Monique, told his son to stand up to bullies, and just like his pops, encouraged him to talk a little trash to them just to get even. Talk back to them. Curse them out if you have to, and get in their face. Just make sure that they know you're your own man, and that you can be whatever you want to be. Around 9th grade, GP2's interest in playing hoops began to slowly dissipate, and despite playing AAU ball, he would only get to play in limited minutes, especially during garbage time. In GP2's words, I get in for a few minutes if we were up by 40, but it was hard to do much in those situations. He was so embarrassed at the time that he told his dad not to attend his games anymore. On top of this, he didn't want his father to hear the criticisms and bullying that were directed at him. The pressure got to me. Everyone was comparing me to my dad. It just wasn't fun anymore. As soon as GP2 was starting to give up on his hoop dream, the tide suddenly shifted during the summer before his junior year at Spring Valley High School in Las Vegas. A local AAU coach named Daryl Jordan began taking interest in GP2 and began to train him to improve all the facets of his game, particularly developing his offensive game and enhancing his conditioning.
I got him with a guy named Daryl Jordan that really helped him play.
And according to his mom, this was the time when GP2 developed his incredible hops and increased his verticals to a crazy level despite standing and shorter than his dad. Apparently, the extra athleticism that GP2 acquired from the intense workout session was the turning point that he never expected. And once he got to where he could dunk, it was on from there. He became a totally different person. Basketball became the main thing in his life. It was a type of passion he had never experienced before. With his renewed passion for the game, several scouts from Division I schools offered him scholarships, but because of his subpar academic performance, he settled in attending a prep school in Phoenix before joining the Bruins program at Salt Lake City Community College for 2 seasons. Despite this small setback, GP2 acknowledged the fact that he was not ready to play for a Division I school and considered this step as a preparation phase for something bigger that was yet to come. That was the best thing for me anyway. I wasn't physically or mentally prepared to be a Division I player out of high school. During his second year with the Bruins, he earned a second-team NJCAA Division I nod after averaging 14.1 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 3.8 assists while averaging almost 2 steals a game. He also led the team in back-to-back Region 18 championships and was named as Co-Player of the Year in 2014, as well as Tournament MVP. At this point in his career, GP2 regained his confidence and he immediately signed a letter of intent to play for his dad's alma mater in Oregon State. Back when he was a kid, GP Sr. would always bring his kid to Gill Coliseum, and since the elder Payton was a pretty big deal back in the day, the young GP noticed that his father would always take some time to engage with fans, having photo ops and signing autographs just to show his appreciation for them. The memory of his dad resonated with GP2 and inspired him to be just like his dad someday. He's treated like a superstar every time he comes to Corvallis. Sometimes I'd watch it all happen and think, I want that to be me someday. But now I realize I just want to do my own thing. Back then, having a sports celebrity dad was huge luggage that GP2 always had to carry wherever he went. But as soon as he grew in size and wisdom, he realized that it's pretty cool to have a legendary dad whose jersey hangs by the Coliseum Raptors for everyone to see. And this motivated GP2 to do better in playing ball. Every time you look up there and see that, you need to think, one day, they're going to put my picture up there.
This thing?
One day, and it came
What's going on
true.
inside of me? It's my moderate to severe ulcerative colitis. It wasn't always
This is
this
a good
calm.
report.
You see when...
I'm gonna subscribe.
Greatest to ever play the game. I think I definitely, got out of the shadow. Growing up was huge.
During his 2-year stint with Oregon State, GP2 balled out right off the bat in his freshman year by averaging 13.4 points, 7.5 rebounds, 3.2 assists, and took pride in defense, just like his dad with 3.1 steals per game. He became the second player in Oregon State's history to rack up a triple-double with 10 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists against Grambling State. And if you're wondering who's the first player to receive a triple-double in the school's history, well, you don't have to look further because it was his old pops. Because of his stellar play on both ends of the floor, GP2 received a ton of personal accolades and recorded several school records. But the crowning glory in his collegiate campaign was when he received back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year honors in 2015 and 2016. While Gary Payton Sr. was satisfied with how the way his son performed in the defensive end, he pointed out that he should develop his offensive game to become a legit threat in the NBA level. I want him to be more aggressive offensively. He needs to develop his mid-range jumper if he wants to get to the next level. If he does that, he'll have a chance, because he already does a lot of things NBA guys like. After playing for 2 years in Oregon State, GP2 finally enlisted in the 2016 NBA draft, but unfortunately, no one among the 30 teams took interest in him. But once again, another setback didn't stop GP2 from following in his father's footsteps at playing in the big league. GP2 entered through the back door and played for the Rio Grande Valley Vipers in the NBA's affiliate G League. 49 games into the season, GP2 finally got the call and suited up for the Milwaukee Bucks in his official NBA debut. From 2016 to 2020, GP2 had been going up and down, back and forth from G League to the NBA. Despite this, GP2 kept his game and stuck to his bread and butter, which has always been his defense. Once again, GP2 was hailed as Defensive Player of the Year, this time in the G League last season, playing for Raptors 95. After being waived by the Warriors last year, GP2 was finally re-signed by the Dubs to be its 15th member, and now from the looks of it, GP2 ain't going elsewhere anytime soon with how he plays right now. If Steph was able to single-handedly revolutionize the way the game is being played now, I hope that GP2 can also be a catalyst to start a defensive revolution in the league to somehow counter or balance the ridiculous offensive growth that unfolds in front of our eyes. With his capabilities as an elite defender, I'm sure that GP2 will inspire the next generation of hoopers to take pride in defense more instead of focusing solely on the offensive game. And speaking of Steph and defense, did you all know that Stephen Curry is probably by far the most underrated defender? What do I mean? Well, I could tell you right now, or you can just watch this video right here. But I'm serious when I say that his three-point shooting abilities overshadows his defensive skills. Anyway, I think I might be talking a bit too much here.
That is a good motivational story. Very good. Let's look at some more Payton highlights. This one right here, this is like career highlights. Starting with, guess, the Bucks.
To your rim protector.
Get that out of here.
That weak left hand drafting 2 from UCLA.
Who's gonna win it? Bucks. Who should have kept Gary Payton? Bucks. Okay, Wizards. So guys,
that time, Gary Payton, that'll be one of those after a long road trip. I hope they come out as a complete team.
That's a good. Remember I said other rebounders,
5 NBA
not named
teams
Drummond,
and 5 G League teams. This is including the Vipers, the Bucks, the Wisconsin Herd, the Lakers, the Wizards, and the Wizards, Gilly team,
good deflection,
and the Raptors,
turnover for
Gilly
New York.
team, the Warriors, and the
DBJ, the
Blazers.
shovel pass to Gary Payton II.
They're running wide
But
to make something happen.
well worth
Payton
it, because
deflected
it's
it.
back with
Payton's
the
got it on
Warriors
the
now.
break, goes up for the
His
dunk.
home.
Week. He's at a 500 record.
Gary Payton's off top quick. Gary Payton II. Hands on Gary Payton II for 3. Able to hit it.
This is a neat shot right.
Oh, got him.
Gary Payton
Cookies.
II, another steal. His third. Bounce pass from Amy.
He catches his off the basketball. That's one of the things that you have to do.
A 10-day contract with Golden State.
Like, think about it. He could have been embarrassed going to G League to G League team, getting waived and cut, didn't get drafted. They were stuck with it.
Johnson all the way to score. So Gary buckets in between everybody willing to step in. From the outside, he rattles it. We'll talk about that later, but Spectrum Sports Channel has it for you. We'll talk about all the players who's basically to his dominant side to left. Pull-up jump shot, beautiful stuff. Lakers are just running.
All right. Me likey. Those are some good highlights. My dog's barking. Someone must be here. Always barking when someone comes to the door. Alright. I think we should watch a little bit of Gary Payton in college. We've seen him a little bit, well, the son a little bit, but let's see let's watch a little bit of Gary Payton.
First time out of the block in an NCAA tournament game. Look at Payton.
The highlights aren't the best because it's, you know, it's the 80s. Or is it the 90s? I think it's the 80s. Gary Payton, number 20. Swish. Get the steal.
They got a hand on the inbounds pass. Got a man in the air, put it off the glass and in. Payton wasn't happy with getting his 2 seconds, but 3 seconds, so they're right at an average of 4. The first one took about 7 seconds. Nice lob over the top. This is his first game back.
I'm looking at their uniforms. Short shorts.
Great pass.
Who wears short shorts? Now there's only a couple of NBA guys that wear short shorts. They want them long.
And the Beavers lead us halfway through the first half. Payton leaves it for Martin to take the jumper and got it.
Gets their feet on the ground first. Their first bucket. It's a confidence builder. Here it comes. Good call. Will Brantley. What's on the state on the scoreboard? Come Oregon State needs a bucket because Evansville has also scored. From long range.
And I noticed the other team is wearing sleeves in this one. If you notice, Gary Payton doesn't really have any weaknesses. I know his son's weakness is like shooting, right? But if you look at Gary Payton in a bag, what can't he do? He's a floor general. He's a defensive 94 feet. You know, he can score inside. He got a jumper. He got that fire and intensity. What don't he got? What don't he got? And, you know, I noticed that, you know, the father said, I wish he had that dog in him. But, you know, I like how he accepted his son. His son is more soft-spoken. He's probably not the big trash talker, you know. Let's look at, you know, G League highlights, because the G League did help Gary Payton.
Payton up ahead. Off the back.
Just watch this. Off the backboard. Perfect pass.
That was nice. I can't lie.
As time and K-Cock finishes. Just like throw it. Oh my goodness. He's going to stable him. Yeah. And Kennedy actually got the rebound all the way down court and 360 dunk. I always watches online, but he's actually here in person. Is he? So yeah, I spoke to him and he said he likes to be.
The big ones are going to push this one driving inside.
Incredible. He'll come over to help defense, coming over, doesn't touch the glass. Gets it to the Lakers kind of pace. Feels one of the Warriors are shooting above their norm. A run. Talk about having a run. Dear God. Gary Payton second. Ooh, that's a straight up poster.
Could have held for the final shot of the quarter. Instead, here comes Thomas Bryant for the slam.
Gary Payton simply looks off the defense, drops it to Bryant. Way to finish it. Get it up, but it's blocked. Payton the second at the other end, and he dunks it with authority. And it's up to a 5-point lead for the Vipers.
The roast, yeah. How funny is that? Especially with people, as we see the replay of the dunk and the collision. Oh,
Now Payton faked the 3, penetrates, hangs, and throws it down with both hands. The second through the lane.
I wish I was
Double clutch that and still
that
threw
must
it
be
down.
nice. It's almost like you're flying like a bird.
Drops it, K-Cock, just watch Payton the second, just drop it off, trusting and knowing your teammates.
You have to be pro. I would just dunk at the YMCA.
It's good to see the Vipers take advantage. Here come the Vipers. Payton running the floor. Oh, nice bounce pass. That's a goal! Fourth quarter, 2:25 to go, and it's a 3-point lead for the Vipers.
Payton crossover. Another acrobatic dunk for Gary Payton II.
Keeping in mind, this is a dunk right here. Wow.
Ingram. GP dumping him back in. Gary Payton does the same thing. 3-on-2. Payton behind the back. The two-handed.
Ravish Ware. All right. Now we're going to look at Warrior. We're going to look a little bit at Warrior highlights because, you know, that is where people mostly know him from. You know, if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have won in 2022. You know, him and Andrew Wiggins, you know, that was the main help that Curry got. Oh, that's the dunk that we saw earlier. That's the dunk we saw earlier, where it looked like his head was above the rim. Look at Curry. He said, yeah. Woo!
He's just destroying Paytons when you get baptized and you can't handle it.
Get off me! Look at him.
Clearing the rebound quickly up to Payton.
Oh!
GP!
Are they alive? Are you still with us?
Second left there. GP, you can get one more.
He put you in the coffin. Block. Got him. Oh, push-ups, okay. He's like,
it's a 2-on-1 with GP2. The lob is hammered home. That's well executed. It's the defense on the other side. Knocking it away. Payton with a steal. Payton O'Neal scores higher than land.
His dad gotta be proud because it's not only you achieve your dreams, but you play defense just like him. Just like him. Got those hands.
Here comes Green. Another nice time.
He bounced that. The bounce lets you know. The bounce lets you know. Look, bounce it. The bounce lets you know.
What he does best, playing off the
I'm about
stops.
to hammer this.
Patience, running without the basketball. The team wins with more
Good cut, good cut. And then he just holds.
Lee, nice find.
Yo.
Wow. Enough, two guys.
Just thought of something. Ajax on the Bucks need to
before the
look
broadcast.
at
Very
Gary
well done.
Payton
I am trying to get back into
highlights
lob to the young
he is
glove.
so similar.
Smart looking to post up Poole. Payton looking to help. That pass deflected by Thompson and another steal.
Like
Wiggins inside the paint and Payton throws it down. The turnovers once again costly for Boston.
And it's like he doesn't want to
Curry
dunk
to
it.
Payton.
He doesn't
Payton at
want
all
to
time in the
hammer it
world.
home.
Curry
He just
three-pointer
wants to
puts
pass
it
it.
in.
And every time he tries to dunk it, it doesn't throw it down like
three by Tatum. Tatum with 10.
Gary
Curry.
Payton the second.
Kick out to Payton.
Testing
Testing that elbow.
just like Gary Payton the second did.
Looks at the Celtics bench.
There's a dunker spot. There's a dunker spot.
But he's got to take it personal if they're going to defend him with a small perimeter guy.
Oh, Gary Payton with the flush. Goes
I like
right
how
at
he's
Bain.
scratching his head. He don't want to be like
Times in the
this.
game.
Embarrassing to him.
Payton down the lane. Payton laying it in. Steph got rid of that early. Flex to Draymond.
The kick out to Payton. Shot clock at 3. Payton for 3. Draymond knew something we didn't know. Passed up that layup. I guess he knew GP2
that.
Not Jokic shooting. You're happy. Payton blocked Jokic and stared at him after.
The proud father's son.
Draymond finding the little big man. Jordan pulling in. Just making the right read. Two defenders commit to him. Jordan's got to go get the ball. Now Draymond at 2. Into GP2 to put it up and in. It's big. Offensive rebound to a dime. Payton. That's how you get something going in the basket.
Give me that.
All right, Gary Payton, I'm playing against your dad, but I'm playing against you. Payton comes up with the steal. Running with Jordan Poole. Third opportunity.
All right. The last video we're going to see is a video talking about how good Gary Payton really was. How good are you really? That's one. But overall, this was, good. You learned a little bit. You saw some, father-son moments. It's pretty cool, pretty cool.
Gary Dwayne Payton, also known as the Glove for his ability to cover his opponents. According to basketball legend and Hall of Famer Gail Goodrich, Payton is probably the most complete guard the league has ever seen. Gary was drafted in 1990 with the second overall pick by the Seattle Supersonics. It was there that he built his legendary legacy. Unfortunately, he isn't often remembered and honored as often as he should be, and a lot of this has to do with the fact that his greatest days were with an organization that no longer exists. I mean, it kind of does. I understand that the Oklahoma City Thunder used to be the Seattle Supersonics, but the reality is they now play in a different city with a new fan base under a different name. His legacy just isn't going to be reflected upon as much as it would have been if the organization was still in Seattle. Regardless, today we're taking a moment to reflect on one of the greats of the game and answer the question of just how good was Gary Payton really? Let's start from the beginning. Payton had expectations upon entering the NBA, but he was a bit of a late bloomer. In his rookie campaign, he played 27 minutes a game and averaged just 7.2 points, 6.4 assists, and 3 rebounds on 45% shooting. The following year, his numbers were roughly the same, while just slightly increasing his scoring to about 9 points a game. It wasn't until he was 25 years old and entering his 4th year in the league that Payton began to break out as an elite player, both offensively and defensively. With Payton coming into his own, alongside of the 6'10 slashing power forward Shawn Kemp, the Sonics soon became an elite basketball team. Before Blake Griffin and Chris Paul were being called Lob City for the Los Angeles Clippers, that's a title that could have belonged to the Payton and Kemp Seattle Supersonics, with Kemp often being on the receiving end of some exciting lob passes from Payton. Not only was this group an exciting fast-break team under Payton's lead, but they were also incredibly sound and elite defensively. With this formula, the Sonics went deep into the playoffs several times. Like in 1993 when they came just short of the NBA Finals, losing to Charles Barkley's Phoenix Suns in Game 7 of the West Finals. Their best team, though, was easily the 95-96 Supersonics, who were the second best team defensively that season, and finished with a 64-18 record through the regular season. The only thing wrong with this group was their timing, because the 95-96 Bulls were on their 72-10 season and are still often considered the greatest team of all time. Remember I said the Sonics were the second best team defensively in '96? Well, they were only behind the 72-10 Bulls that season. Regardless of the fact that they were facing the greatest team of all time in the finals, they still put up a fantastic fight, pushing the Bulls to 6 games. Leading that charge was Gary Payton, who took on the assignment of taking on the world's greatest player in that series, and Gary slowed down MJ like no one else could. Jordan averaged just 27 points that series on a notably inefficient 41.5% shooting. Sure, 27 points a game might seem like a lot, but the truth is, in every other NBA Finals Jordan was in, he averaged comfortably over 30 points per game, while usually shooting above 50% from the field. I get that MJ still won the championship and was still the Finals MVP, but with that being said, no one has ever defended Michael Jordan on the biggest stage as well as Gary Payton did, and that's regardless of the fact that Gary is a couple inches shorter than Jordan. That's a testament to Gary's defense overall that season, as he was the 1996 Defensive Player of the Year. In all of NBA history, Gary Payton is the only point guard to ever win the Defensive Player of the Year award. Gary would also let you hear about it as he shut him down, as he's often recognized as one of the greatest trash talkers in NBA history. During Payton's best stretch of his career, from 1993 to 2003, he averaged 20.8 points, 7.9 assists, 4.5 rebounds, and 2.1 steals on 47% shooting from the field, while usually being the best defensive player on the floor. During that 10-year stretch, he was an all-star 9 out of those 10 years, and he was first-team all-defense 9 out of those 10 years, meaning that he was the best defender at his position for nearly a decade straight. His 9 first-team all-defense selections is the most in NBA history, tied with 3 other players. It's also worth mentioning that load management was not a thing for Gary Payton. Despite the fact that he was often their leading scorer and facilitator while shutting down the opponent's best player just about every night, Payton still never took any voluntary breaks. In his 17-year career, he played in 1,335 games and only missed a grand total of 27 games due to injury. He was a flat-out baller, hard worker, and an Iron Man of a player. It wasn't until the 2005-2006 season with the Miami Heat that Gary Payton finally secured that elusive championship as a part of the Shaq and Wade Miami Heat. Payton had reduced numbers at that point of his career, but people often forget that he was still a key contributing role player to that championship team. Now that his career is all said and done, Payton is 33rd on the NBA's all-time scoring list, with Jerry West, Allen Iverson, and Oscar Robertson being the only point guards ahead of him on that list. He's 9th all-time on the NBA's assist list, and he's 4th all-time in steals. So just how good was Gary Payton really? Well, honestly, it just depends on how much you value the defensive end of the floor, which is literally half of the game. Sure, Gary was pretty good on the offensive end at both scoring and facilitating, but in terms of defense, Payton is easily the greatest point guard of all time on that end of the floor. Let me know in the comments section where you rank Gary Payton among the greatest point guards of all time. Thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more NBA content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
That was a good video. I'm gonna subscribe. And everybody watching this, subscribe. But yeah, I'm gonna do a lot more family baller segments. Go to my playlist and look at all the father and sons and, mother and sons, fathers and daughters combos that I've already done. I've done Shaq, LeBron, Chris Paul, and there's so much more to go. It's like the players that I used to watch now have kids of their own and they're balling out, and so it's bonkers. But I think Gary Payton, he has to be top 10, right? Because top 10 point guards of all time, because you have to talk about both ends. Like, some people only talk about offense, but you gotta talk about defense. So top 10, anything lower than that is just ridiculous. I mean, I know there's John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, Magic, Curry, J. Kidd, the list goes on and on, but top 10, somewhere in there. And I'm glad that GP2 never gave up. He could have said, hey, maybe it's not my calling. He could have just not improved his game, but he did. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what family ballers you want me to do next. I might do the Boozer family, the Wade family, Derrick Rose and his son. I have so many options. Let me know. And thank you for watching. And let me know, where you guys rank Gary Payton, and tell me about your favorite part of GP2's journey. Yeah, peace, y'all. That was awesome.